Hi classmates, I'm Flavia Cadillo and I'm with an amazing teacher from Idiomas Católica. His name is Eduardo Velasco and he will tell us about his profession. Hi Eduardo, how are you?
I'm doing alright, how are you?
I'm good. So I have two questions for you. Would you mind telling me why you decided to study English?
Well, to be honest, I didn't like the language so much when I was a kid, when I was like 10, 11. But then my parents made the right decision to register me for English classes at an institute. And then when I went there, I saw that it was pretty easy and I started loving it. And then every time I checked the TV to see some programs or movies, it got more and more interesting. At the beginning I didn't like it, but then I did. And it opened up a lot of opportunities for me, like to study my career, which is translation, and then becoming a teacher at Idiomas Católica.
So, do you like the language?
Of course, now I do. After some years of studying it, I really like it. I still prefer Spanish a little more, but still English is great. And I made the decision because I was forced to, like I told you, by my parents. But I'm really thankful because they made the right decision and they open up a lot of opportunity for me in the future.
That's really interesting. I like the language too. And now tell me, when did you start teaching English in Idiomas Católica?
Well, I started teaching English approximately 6 years ago at Idiomas Católica. I picked Idiomas Católica because, in my opinion, I think it's the best institute in Lima. And I decided that if I wanted to get a second job, it had to be in the best institute of Lima. And I applied for it and I got a couple of interviews. I got it. At the beginning it was tough because the methodology at Idiomas Católica is way different from the other institutes. But I got used to it after some time, and at this moment, of course, all I can say is, well, thank you for the opportunity to Idiomas Católica, and I keep learning a lot of new things because they keep giving us training. But so far I think that it's been a great experience for me over there.
That's interesting. Thank you for the interview.
That's okay.
Do you enjoy teaching English?
Well, to be good at what you do, of course you have to love it. If you don't, you're not going to enjoy it. I do enjoy teaching English. It's a great experience. Every day you learn something different from the students. We play a lot of games in class. All the games, of course, the intention of playing them is so students can learn. And of course I enjoy it. And the important thing is that the students enjoy it too. They are not supposed to be afraid, and they are not supposed to feel tired of going every day to class. And that's what we try to do, to give them a great time, something memorable, and something that will keep in their heads for the rest of their lives.
What do you feel when your students learn?
When the students learn, well, as teachers, we feel a great sensation. For example, when you're teaching children, they see you as a role model. They see you as a leader, and sometimes they even see you as their dads or moms. And it's great because they admire you and they want you. They want to talk with you, and in the future, sometimes they become teachers as well. But in general terms, I think that when the students learn, we feel proud, of course, as teachers, and it's a great experience because you see them grow. Sometimes when you teach them since basic level, and then you get them in advanced level, you see how much they have improved. And of course, it's touching, it's emotional, and we grow. We are fond of students, and they are great to have around.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What have been your greatest satisfaction?
Well, as a teacher, we have a lot of different types of satisfaction. The first one is when students discover the grammar and the new language. It feels a great joy in reality because they're improving their skills, and it's not like we're giving them the answers. They're exploring and realizing how to do things. So we guide them into their path, and then they discover how to get through the new language.
What do you think about the importance of knowing how to speak two languages properly?
Well, to begin with, you mentioned two languages, so that means that you're supposed to speak Spanish properly as well. There are a lot of people out there that they don't even speak their own native language well. So before you learn a new language, try to improve your own, and then after that you can get different types of abilities in another language. And the importance of knowing two languages is a lot, of course, because these days the market out there, the work market, is getting pretty demanding, and more and more in the future we're going to need English, well spoken and well written. So I would say that is pretty important these days.
Okay.
How many more opportunities do the people have if they learn this language?
Well, first of all, learning a new language opens a lot of doors to the people to communicate with others abroad, to study abroad as well, a master's degree, PhD. At work here in our country, it also gives you a lot more opportunities, because the demand of knowing a new language is increasing every day. And I think that if you want to be successful at anything you do, a new language apart from the one that you speak would be really nice for you in your resume and for new expectations that you may have.
To finish, what do you recommend that young people who have fear of learning other language?
Well, since you mentioned young people, you have a lot of time to do many activities, not only learning a language. So first of all, I recommend reading a lot. And if you're afraid of studying a new language, well, don't be, because in the future it's going to be really profitable for you. It's a really great idea if you have high expectations, of course, and you want to succeed. So try to find some fun while you learn the language, even though some people don't like it, or maybe don't have the enough skills to do it. We have to learn somehow, and once as time passes by, you're going to get more and more knowledge, and it's going to get easier. But of course it is going to take some time, energy and effort from your part, from everybody's part, if you want to learn the language and master it.
Thank you, Eduardo, for giving us some of your time. We hope you the best at your work.
Well, it was my pleasure, and you're welcome anytime you need help.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.